The sugar crash nobody saw coming. 7 months ago, Sean O'Malley went monk mode. No weed, no socials, no late-night scrolls, no, extracurricular scrolling either. And for an entire fight week, the UFC blasted that glow-up louder than a Vegas billboard. Embedded, all sugar. ESPN thumbnails, sugar. Even the champion's own face had to play Where's Waldo behind a neon pink filter. But inside the Prudential Center at UFC 316, the algorithm met the algorithm breaker. Merab, the Machine, Dvalishvili. 33 seconds into round 3, Merab hugged O'Malley like a man repossessing furniture, flipped him, and cinched the first submission win of his UFC career. History made, hype muted. We're unpacking the 7 layers of that collapse, from lifestyle lore to corner dramas, and the marketing math that kept a champion in the shadows. Monk mode or marketing mirage? When Tim Welch casually told a podcast that Sean had ditched weed, porn, and social media, MMA media pounced like it was leaked state secrets. Headlines morphed into a morality play. Clean living O'Malley poised for redemption. Embedded turned breakfast oatmeal into a Rocky montage. Sponsors cheered, no hot pink hair, perfect for mainstream grills. Yet here's the truth the promos skipped. Discipline is a tool, not a technique. It files off distractions. It doesn't file down Merab's double leg. The UFC sold the lifestyle pivot because storylines sell tickets, and O'Malley's demographic buys pay-per-views the way they buy neon Crocs, impulsively and in bulk. Meanwhile, the champ was doing push-ups in the dark, unseen, unfazed. O'Malley's narrative looked flawless, right up until the clock started. Round-by-round reality check. Round 1. Sean's footwork looked slicker than an Elon tweet. He jab-stepped, pumped at the cross, even sneaked a teep that popped Merab's sternum. Up until 2:20, he was edging the scorecards. Then, the Machine grabbed a wrist, dragged him to earth, and punctuated the final minute with lunch tray elbows. Ref missed 2 fence grabs, fans didn't. Round 2. Best sequence of the Suga night. He stuffed 3 consecutive shots, re-centered, landed a check hook that spun Merab's head like a swivel chair. Yet numbers don't bluff. Volume favored Merab, cage control favored Merab, and the champ's cardio looked like he'd paid rent on the oxygen. Round 3, 30 seconds, 1 textbook lift, and gravity wrote the ending. O'Malley clawed up once, twice, a 3rd time, but every scramble ballooned lactic acid. Desperation left his neck exposed. Merab snaked the choke, rolled, and banked submission number 1 on the UFC stat sheet. Performance is math, but legacy is narrative. And Merab may have just balanced the GOAT ledger. Merab's GOAT resume gets real. 21 wins, 12 straight, 2 champions folded, 0 controversies. Pundits now whisper Bantamweight GOAT, louder each recap. The Georgian's pace is a tax audit, inescapable and tedious until your world collapses. Numbers back it: strike differential, takedown attempts, minutes of control per fight. He's racked up a spreadsheet of misery. Sure, Dominic Cruz revolutionized the division, TJ Dillashaw re-engineered footwork, and Aljo strangled legends. But Merab is stacking volume the way Costco stacks rotisserie chickens, endlessly and with suspicious efficiency. And yet, with every GOAT discussion, one name resurfaces: Tim Welch, the man in Sean's corner and the lightning rod for the backlash. The Welch conundrum. Flashback to UFC 306. Sean's eyelid ballooning, Merab loading another entry, and Tim leans over the cage. "We're almost done, brother." Fans called it delusion. Fighters called it malpractice. Twitter coined it tragic optimism. But beyond the meme, there's structural risk. Tim isn't just Sean's coach. He's co-host, business partner, and best friend. Podcasts, merch drops, appearance fees, The O'Malley brand is a two-man LLC. When your co-pilot also signs your paychecks, who tells you the engine's on fire? Speculation, unverified but swirling, claims outside wrestling coaches offered help and were politely ghosted. Rumors suggest veteran grappling gurus quote-priced too high, risking the comfy synergy. And while none of that is confirmed, what is documented is a corner that never once demanded urgency, even as choke pressure turned Sean's cheeks plum. Friendship in the corner is cozy. Matchmaking in the boardroom is ruthless. Golden Geese, gritty champs, and the UFC pay-per-view algorithm. UFC loves a star who sells merch with a tweet. O'Malley checks every demographic box: TikTok hair, Twitch reflexes, and a knack for one-liners. Merab? He does ice baths in Georgian mountains and chugs wine with village elders. Cult hero, not cash cow. So when Dana White greenlights an immediate rematch off a single title defense, cynics fire up Reddit threads about corrupt matchmaking. Are they right? The evidence is circumstantial. ESPN's week of coverage looked like a Sean O'Malley fan cam, while the champ clocked minimal screen time. But show me another sport where the promoter isn't tempted to back the bigger gate. Still, there's backlash. Hardcore fans boycott selective promotion. Pundits accuse the UFC of devaluing belts for clicks. It's a business tightrope. Balance sheet versus sporting merit. Transition: if your path to the belt is paved by algorithms, what happens when the algorithm breaks? Forks in the Sugar Road. Scenario A: Sandhagen's slow burn showdown. Corey, technical nightmare. Sandhagen waits in Denver, sharpening angles. Stylistically, it's striker versus striker, but the wrestling threat lingers. And Corey already boxed a clinic around a fresh hairband O'Malley in sparring. At least that's the gym rumor's scuttlebutt, unverified. Scenario B: Umar's Dagestan Detour. Fans on X chant, "Send Suga to Khabib's castle." A 6-month comma splice in Makachkala, drilling hip heists and chain wrestling. Will it happen? Reports claim O'Malley's merch line can't pause production that long. Pure speculation. Scenario C: brand first, fight later. Skip the contenders, ride celebrity bouts, box Jake Paul, exhibition with Gervonta. Stranger things have sold arenas, but hardcore credibility would flatline. For Merab, the options are sunnier: stay active versus Sandhagen, or wait for champ headlines. His coach, however, vows to meet Herb Dean in the lobby over corner interference accusations, another subplot brewing. All roads loop back to a single question about improvement versus illusion. Final bell. Was the sugar rush real? Discipline is commendable. Sobriety, family focus, gold stars. But Saturday proved that cutting vices is step 1. Step 2 is cutting angles faster than a machine cuts the cage. In 7 months, Sean traded neon for navel-gazing, yet the grappling gap yawned wider. So viewers, 2-part challenge. Poll: if O'Malley did a full year in Dagestan, does he beat Merab in a trilogy? Yes or no? Comment: drop the camp you think could unlock his anti-gravity. Jackson Wink, a TT, maybe a surprise sesh with Gordon Ryan. Smash subscribe, ring the bell, and remember, hype trains sell tickets, but fundamentals sell legacies. Until next time, keep your guard high and your takes higher. I'm Jax Teller for Behind the Lines. 745